Being wrong can be tough. It feels like a blow to our intelligence, our very identity. We spend our lives gathering facts, forming opinions, and building beliefs, confident that our internal maps of the world are accurate. But what if, just for a moment, we were brave enough to ask ourselves a truly unsettling question? What if you're wrong? This isn't an easy question to confront. Our brains are incredibly efficient machines, wired to seek consistency and protect our existing worldview. Once we form a belief, our minds become expert filters, effortlessly letting in anything that confirms what we already think, and subtly, almost imperceptibly, deflecting or dismissing anything that challenges it. It's a phenomenon psychologists call confirmation bias, and it's not a flaw in our intelligence. It's a built-in feature designed to help us navigate a complex world without constantly reevaluating every piece of information. The problem is, this efficiency can become a trap. Think about how rarely we genuinely engage with an opposing viewpoint, not to argue it down, not to find its weaknesses, but to truly understand it. How often do you actively seek out news sources or opinions that fundamentally disagree with your most deeply held convictions? For most of us, it's uncomfortable. It challenges our sense of stability. And often, it just feels like too much mental effort. So, we stay within our comfortable echo chambers, surrounded by people who think like us, reinforcing our certainties and making it even harder to glimpse alternative realities. This isn't just about ego, though ego certainly plays a part. It's deeply rooted in our need for psychological safety. Our beliefs are the foundation of our understanding, and if that foundation feels like it might crack, the entire edifice of our world can feel like it's crumbling. So, we cling, we double down, we argue louder. We might even find ourselves dismissing the intelligence or motives of anyone who dares to suggest we might have miscalculated. The tragic irony is that in our desperate quest to always be right, we become less adaptable, less open to new ideas, and ultimately, far more prone to making critical errors. But here's the radical idea, the profound shift in perspective. Embracing the possibility of being wrong isn't a weakness. It's a superpower. It is, in fact, the very engine of growth, the catalyst for true innovation, and the bedrock of genuine wisdom. When we genuinely entertain the idea that our current understanding might be incomplete, or even incorrect, we unlock an immense potential for learning and evolution. We shift from being defensive to becoming genuinely curious. We move from listening simply to reply, to listening with an authentic desire to understand. Consider the vast leaps in human knowledge throughout history. They didn't come from scientists rigidly clinging to established dogma. They came from individuals who dared to question, who were willing to admit that the prevailing wisdom, no matter how deeply entrenched or universally accepted, might be wrong. Before Copernicus, everyone knew the Earth was the center of the universe. Before Einstein, Newton's laws were considered the final word on physics. These groundbreaking thinkers didn't just confirm existing ideas, they dared to challenge them, to show where the old theories were incomplete or simply incorrect. Our understanding of the universe, medicine, technology, everything that defines modern civilization, is constantly advancing precisely because brave individuals are willing to be wrong, to make mistakes, and to learn from them. So, how do we cultivate this crucial intellectual humility in our daily lives? It begins with a simple, conscious act. Assume you might be wrong. Not that you are definitively wrong, but that the possibility exists, however small. Actively seek out counter-arguments to your most cherished beliefs. Engage in thought experiments where you genuinely try to argue against your own position as if you were playing the devil's advocate for someone else. When you listen to people who disagree with you, make a conscious effort to listen not with the intent to convert them, but with a sincere desire to understand their perspective and the logic that underpins it. Perhaps the most telling question you can ask yourself is this: what specific evidence or argument would it take for me to change my mind about this issue? If you find yourself unable to answer that question, if there's no imaginable scenario where you'd concede, then you might just be caught in a cage of your own making, blinded by your own certainty. The ability to admit error, to pivot our thinking, to evolve our understanding, this isn't just intellectually liberating, it's deeply, fundamentally human. It allows us to connect more authentically with others, to foster genuine dialogue, and to build bridges instead of walls. It equips us to navigate the inherent complexities of life with far greater resilience and adaptability. In a world that is relentlessly changing, where information flows at an unprecedented rate, the truly intelligent among us are not those who are always right, but those who possess the courage and wisdom to continually question, to continually learn, and to continually grow. They are the ones who understand that being wrong isn't an end point, but a powerful beginning. The next time you find yourself absolutely certain, take a breath. Ask yourself that uncomfortable, yet incredibly powerful question: what if I'm wrong? The answer might just open up a whole new world of understanding.